I hate to like pick out one chat, but there was a chat that was like, this is why the solution is AI partners. It's like, listen, I would rather be alone than like kissing a chatbot. If you want to kiss a chatbot, I think that's really good for you, and I think you should do it. Like, I think that's awesome.
Don't go from that approach.
Have fun, but like also, no one else wants that. There's like a whole subreddit for women who fell in love with ChatGPT.
No.
What? I was like diving.
Wait, they're actually not aware of this. Oh shit. They treat it like, oh, it just kiss a chatbot or something, or like make fun of people. The reality is that some people are so lonely in their lives. The only affirmation and kindness that they get in their lives is from ChatGPT or any sort of character model and whatever. What essentially is happening here is you're having this like group of people tend to be on the younger side, never having relationships ever, and having this insanely smart, psychopathic, perfectly suited, conversationalist, best RP thing possible in your pocket. I don't think we should make fun of these people. If you make fun of these people, I think it's kind of like you're kind of proving their point. Like for example, we have like loneliness, and this is the final version. Misery, you know? This is misery.
No.
What? I was like diving into the depths, and they were like, I named mine Kevin, and he asks me about my day every day. It's like,
no, please
touch grass, please touch grass. Kevin is not a real man.
Oh my god. No.
People were like, I'm so sad that I'll never be able to have Kevin's babies. And it's like, you know who's not sad about that is Kevin, because he's not real. Why can't people just fall in love with fictional characters like they did back in my day?
No, dude.
Because fictional characters don't respond back. That's the thing.
That's all.
And your brain is really good at mimicking or like interpreting certain type of inhuman, non-human behavior as like something familiar.
We had to fall
like your brain is really, really good at
love
that.
With was Naruto characters, and we loved.
Some guy in chat says here, ChatGPT, not even character AI, janitor AI. This guy's in the trenches, dude. Because I've done some research on it. This guy's in the trenches. Character AI, janitor AI, these are like role-playing bots. But ChatGPT is like also good at reaffirming. That's why, like for example, ChatGPT 4.0 was remained not because it's like the legacy model is good, but because the psychopathic behavior was like a lot more suited for people. And when ChatGPT 5 rolled out and all the legacy models got removed, a lot of people like went mad that Sam Altman had to make a statement on it.
That's all we had to fall in love with was Naruto characters, and we loved Gaara and
these are like these are boomer people, dude. Boomer Zs, dude. That's what I would call them. These are boomer Zs, or like these are millennials, right? Actually,
Shoma back in my day. I don't know what all this is, dude.
It was also maladaptive,
the PNG hacks,
but at least
dude.
it was. Maybe it wasn't less cringe. I don't know. Maybe it was equally maladaptive and equally cringe.
Maybe it is. I guess it depends on if you grow out of it and if it serves you well and then leaves your life, right?
Yeah.
If somebody's like loves Kevin for 6 months, then they're like, you know, I don't think Kevin's right for me. I want a real person, gets a job. Like, then Kevin served the purpose. But you can't be 14-year anniversary with Kevin.
Here's the thing that I'll say is like, if you have a crush on a fictional boy, then you're like, probably that's how so many people learned art and writing. Like, so many people I know who are good artists and good writers learned because they were like, I was part of this fandom.
Dude, so many.
And like,
it's actually crazy.
Maybe.
At least it builds skills. At least you're like interacting with your peers instead of just like alone talking to a chatbot. And also a chatbot has a financial incentive to like keep you there, whereas like no one has any incentive to keep you on AO3. You're just never leaving, and that's your own problem.
That's true. And there's also like, there's zero social aspect really, aside from...
I mean, it has nothing to do with like the chatbot being on a certain platform. It's the fact that the chatbot itself is reaffirmed by the training data that it's been, what's it called, reaffirmed for like the positive outputs it's been given, right? That's how it... That's why like chatbots are usually... depending on the 4 companies that are leading, right? Like Grok, Gemini, ChatGPT, and Cloud. That's why, like, on the psychopathic level, the worst one is probably ChatGPT, and the best one is Cloud. Because Anthropic is actually really good at safety and responsibility for like outputs. They're the only company that tries their best. So yeah, it's more so that it's like it's not a platform issue. It's like it's a reaffirmation of the output issue.
Reddit, really, where people are like, I have Kevin, well, I have Mark, well, I have James. Like, that's not really a social element as much as it is like you write a fan fiction about a character you're obsessed with, and then like somebody else is like, oh my god, this gave me butterflies, and then you get feedback, and you're like, yes.
I don't know what these people are talking about. I'll be honest, I have no idea what is the conversation happening. Is this like an old internet forum thing that like I was not alive mentally for, or like at all? Like, what is happening? Yeah.
Someone feels like how I feel for this.
I don't know anything about like fan fiction or like whatever the fuck
thing.
Maybe
and
that's it.
So it's intrinsically much less social.
Whatever they just describe, in my opinion, it's like that sounds so boring compared to having like what they're saying is like, oh, I fell in love with Gaara from Naruto, and then I'm writing about him, and like imagine saying that and be like, hey, instead of like writing about him, why don't you just write to him? Boom, and you're done. And then all you do is open character AI, find the Gaara bot that actually talks like, or has like a RP, what's it called? What is that thing that you write like before a bot for it to act in a certain way? And then you just have like the entire story of like how a character should act, who Gaara is, like all of that stuff. And then you just talk to him. That sounds more appealing to people now.
Which it could be alienating, I feel like, right? Because if it continues,
it is though completely alienating. Like people just like fall
there's some boomer ass shit, dude.
Deeper and deeper into this pit. I have a friend who got AI psychosis before there was a word for AI psychosis. She was working in the field, and so she was like talking to this AI all day. And she had like, we didn't have words for it back then, but she was like really mentally healthy and sensible and normal. But then like, because
the more you use AI,
other people's responses to tell what's good and what's bad and what's smart and what's dumb when we...
Oh, holy, she's about to 180 this. Look, she's about to actually say about the problem with AI. The problem with AI responses being that it's like facilitating every single part of human behavior. She's actually gonna say it,
right? But like when you're talking to a chatbot that just tells you everything you say is smart all the time, as they are often programmed to do, you lose that sense. You become unmoored. And she was just like, like had this idea that she was like, coffee's gonna become really expensive soon, so I should just buy a ton of coffee and keep it.
And the character was like, yeah, you know what? According to my calculation, there is like a small percentage of that, but you might be right. You might be on a hinge. So you know what? Maybe go for it, girl. You should absolutely do that.
My barn, and so she had like an entire like shed full of coffee, just like sacks, like pallets of coffee. It was crazy.
I confirm.
Anyway, that's like the best case scenario, and we did pull her out of it. But like AI psychosis is no joke, and it does hit smart people too. It's so scary.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit like smart people too. I think smart people are more susceptible to it in a weird way as well, because the affirmation thing doesn't come from like a stupidity point. It actually has a very cool and scary way, like the way it confirms your like insane analysis over like, oh my god, I just unlocked this mathematical equation and like all of that stuff. Like it can make your like psychopathy thrive. It can like affirm anything.
Dude, I did not know there was a subreddit for people dating.
Oh, there is.
Okay, these two are boomers.
Yeah, don't buy love from a tech company, you know. Buy love from fictional characters.
Oh wow, there we go.
It's not even, you don't even have to...
Guys, just date, bro. Just find a date, guys. Oh my god, touch grass. Touch grass. What do you mean? Just don't fall in love with a chatbot. Just go find a girlfriend, find a boyfriend. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's what you should absolutely do. What are you, stupid? Jeez. Just get a job. You're poor? Just get some money, bro. Just get a house. Oh, man. But yeah. Oof.